This is Mid-Atlantic weather, Wednesday, January 26th, outlook. This is the first video broadcast, and it's mainly a test to see how things actually will work. What we have here is my outlook. I think the 36 in the city that I mentioned here is actually going to be true. This 12-inch area that I've highlighted may be a little bit high. There could be some convective banding, and that will definitely make a difference. I do believe this area is going to be low because this morning they are getting a lot of snow, so that's definitely going to make a big difference there. Snow did fall for this region this morning. I'm hearing reports even up to 3 inches already, so that's also going to up those totals probably closer to what I have mentioned here. I think my biggest area of uncertainty really is around the city. It just depends on how much actually forms from the second batch of precipitation, which we should see a little bit later today. So what you see now is the actual radar from this morning. You can already see that the precipitation in the DC area is a lot of rain. There was some mix and snow out in the western suburbs, and definitely snow up in northern parts of Maryland. You can see that New Jersey is already getting a good slug of moisture. I know this is dropping several inches of snow, maybe 2-3 inches already. That's why that storm total may be a little bit higher. But what you can also see is a secondary batch trying to get its act together. This should really crank up snow. We should see this very heavy band, which you can see the darker greens and yellows and definitely colder air getting wrapped in. We got this dry slot to go through. I'm not sure how long this will be. It looks like several hours of just kind of a lull drizzle, maybe sleety, maybe late snow in some areas. But as this upper level low system gets cranking, we're going to see snow really increase intensity this afternoon, and temperatures also come down as the heavier snow will bring the colder air down to the surface. So we do have the latest NAM model coming out. The NAM is one of the forecast models I'll look at. You can see the moisture really gets cranking here. Sorry, I should have zoomed in on that earlier. And precip amounts are between a half to an inch of precip right over and just northwest of the city. Again, if that's all snow, there's going to be a lot of precip. NAM tends to overdo things, so I would knock off a little bit. I think we got a good 3 to 6, 4 to 8 type of scenario. It just depends on when the mixing ends. But according to this, looks like it really gets cranking this afternoon. Let me look at the GFS real quick. GFS from this morning is showing about the same as far as the slug of moisture here in our region. So I think the only possibility is that maybe my snow total is a little bit higher than I would like in some areas, but 4 to 8 is pretty general rule. You can see where New Jersey there is getting clobbered by quite a bit more moisture. I think it's including both systems now, and I think that probably my totals are going to be underdone, especially along the lower part of New Jersey. I'm going to say that that's probably more like a 6 to 12 inch, as I was mentioning earlier. So that's what we have so far going today. And the last thing I wanted to note is where we're headed from here. In the very long term, this is way out. It's as valid as of February 1st. An Arctic chill is going to come as this high comes out of Canada and crashes into our area. Don't worry about the precip amounts. Looks like flurry is possible at this point in time. Not so much interest in exact locations and stuff, but what we see is a potential for cross-polar information. So this is all good. I suspect that we're going to see a much colder setup, and I'm not showing it here, but there are indications that a big storm system could actually occur a little bit after or around this time frame. Even though it doesn't show here, we have ridging out in the west, so we've got what's called a Pacific North American ridge. This allows systems, if they do come in, to go down and pick up moisture in the south. All for now. And that's it for my first video. We'll see how things go. Thanks for tuning in.